Hello again, everybody. Zack Attack is here with the Atakline for Monday, September 9th, 2013. I hope everyone had a great weekend, especially all you kids out there enjoying your first weekend with school. So, bet you relish these Saturday and Friday after school got out for the first time this year for you all. So, there you go. But I had a good weekend. I had 3 gigs this weekend. I was supposed to have 4 gigs. But my Friday night Smash Bash got canceled at the last minute due to the pool's been under construction for the last few months and it was closed for the summer. And it was supposed to open when school opened. Unfortunately, although the pool was done, had to be cleared by the state. State hadn't expected it yet to make sure everything's leveled. So the Smash Bash got canceled. So then after that was supposed to be gig number 37 of my Summer Jubilee tour, my summer series of shows, making this tour the biggest in my history of Attackers. I did like 36 shows on this tour called YOLO, don't judge me. But gig 37, which was supposed to take place Friday at the Splash Bash, took place Saturday, the first of 2 shows at Westview Orchards. And the first day, gig number 37 and 39 were at Westview Saturday and Sunday. First day, waned a little. This was okay Saturday. Sunday was an okay day. Sunday, on the other hand, was the best day of the week. Not only better than Saturday, better than last Sunday. Last Sunday was a great day, but yesterday was just amazing. We had great weather. It was sunny all day. It didn't rain like last Sunday. Like last Sunday was sunny, then rained, then sun came out. It was sunny all day long Sunday, and the people just came in droves to this orchard, and I provided great music, a great background, and it was just a great vibe there all day Sunday, and just seeing the people walking around enjoying the music and humming along, dancing along, popping along, singing along. You know, it's a great feeling. And besides those 2 Westview shows, I did a block party for Liberty Woods subdivision for the 5th year in a row. The party got off on a good foot. You know, it always starts off. Every Liberty Woods block party starts out like this. The kids wore the first 2 hours because all the kids are like bouncing around the outdoor play stuff. Then the adults take over the later half of the show. The kids took over the first couple hours of the show. The adults took a long time to get going. They took a long time to get drunk because it was BYOB. Bring your own beer. So you had to bring their own stuff. They had to go back home a few times. And we had a little technical glitches. I have a new setup, so I'm still getting used to the new setup of mine. Going down from 2 boxes to 1 box, and having the video wires for all my video players messing up on me. But we went through all that, and it sprinkled. Wayne and Liberty Woods always make for a good combination, as well as the cops. They always like it when I bring the cops in. And by 12 o'clock, the party seemed dead. By 11:30, we had a little peak. You know, people bouncing a little bit at 11 o'clock. The adults finally got going about 11:30. But then, around that time, it was dead for like 45 minutes. I thought we were over. But then Jump Around got requested by Cypress Hill, another white boy group from Massachusetts, of course. I'm referring to House of Pain. That song came out, boom, the adults got going. That's we played Yeah, and Get Low, and all the sexy songs. I think we played Blue Lines 3 times, played a lot of One Direction, played Katy Perry Ward twice, Video Malfunction the second time I got the video. So, we ended with, the main set ended with, God Bless the USA. They always like me to end shows with that, but they did an encore song, Save a Horse, Ride a Cowboy, that got me requested. I was going to do my set down song. As we did that set down / encore song, that's when the cops came. So I got shut down by the cops again. And Liberty Woods like, yeah, ain't no party like a Liberty Woods party until the cops show up. So they purposely want me to turn up loud. They want to piss off the neighbors. So there you go. That was my weekend. Good vibing at Westview and a hell of a party at Liberty Woods. I got 4 gigs again this weekend, as of scheduled. I got a wedding on Friday the 13th. For these couple, Sandy and Dave, and also another 2 days at Westview, Saturday and Sunday, and return to Jefferson Street Pub in Harrison Township on Saturday. Now, on with the entertainment news of the day, starting with your #1 movie. After 3 weeks, The Butler finally got kicked off by Riddick. Of course, the latest movie in the Pitch Black series based on the character of Riddick, played by, of course, Vin Diesel. had an okay weekend. A big, slow weekend. Because September's always notorious for being one of the worst months of the year. Because it's after the summer season, and it's all the layovers. You know, a slow time. September's always the suckiest month of the movie season, of the movie year. And this is no exception. With Riddick only making 19 million, so a poor showing for Riddick for this weekend. Now, I said I got a lot of videos. Two new music videos premiered today. First video that premiered today was Eminem's new video for Berzerk. The video, which was teased on the college football game when U of M defeated Notre Dame on Saturday night, premiered the video today. Now it's kind of an old school vibe. Like Bruno Mars, who I'll get to in a moment, has all of his videos looking like they were recorded on a VHS tape from the 80s. Eminem looked like that too, kind of old school camera wear. It was one of these old school outfits because he wants to bring old school hip hop back. He has Rick Rubin in the video with this giant ass boombox that press play like a little cassette thing, and he was wearing like a Pistons hoodie and a Pistons shirt that looked in that style of What You Want video by Beastie Boys. It was kind of a fun little old school video. Old school looking video from Eminem. Fun video for a fun song, which is Berzerk. It is a Berzerky video, and I like the video. Same would kind of say for Miley Cyrus' new video. Now, of course, you thought that, especially after the VMA performance, you think she couldn't top that. Or when it comes to videos, you didn't think it was going to get more provocative than the We Can't Stop video. Well, she's outdone herself with the Wrecking Ball video. She starts out the video, looks like a simple, clean video, but you wouldn't expect clean from Miley Cyrus, no way. Start out with a big close-up of her face, looking like the Sinead O'Connor video for Nothing Compares to You, to like emotionally sad. Looked like she was doing the tears like the Sinead O'Connor thing, like the extreme close-up. Whoa! Whoa! Had to do that range one joke. Anyway, so then after that close-up, we see Miley Cyrus straddling, making love with a sledgehammer, and then she's straddling on a wrecking ball. The first time you see her clothed, okay. But the next time you see her on that wrecking ball, she's totally nude. No nipples, though. You know, she's coming to boobs. She's completely naked on that thing. I'm like, wow. I'm mostly playing for the families. That's what I play videos at these family shows, and I always check the videos for appropriateness. Miley Cyrus' We Can't Stop videos appropriate because there's no nudity in it. If there's nudity in this video, I'm like, how am I going to air this video for the family? So probably it won't. But, anyway, it's kind of a slowy song, and the video was directed by Terry Richardson, known for his photos, especially his photos of Lady Gaga. So, it's very interesting to see that video, and Miley wants to break the one-day record of streaming. Now, she's tweeting out the record, trying to get the biggest one-day views on Vivo, which is the video service. Now, the most one-day viewing was held by Miley at one point. We Can't Stop streamed 10 million views in a day until One Direction beat it with their Best Song Ever video with 10.9 million. Miley was 10.7, so she wants to break the one-day streaming record for Vivo again, unless Eminem breaks it. So there you go. Eminem and Miley both premiere new videos. Speaking of Miley, Miley is one of numerous musical guests and hosts announced for the 39th season of SNLs. If you saw my Atakline last week, I talked about beating a dead horse with American Idol and Dance with the Stars Need to Die. Someone's saying that SNL need to die. But still, it's still somewhat relevant. The new season, near its 40th season next year. Wow. That's going to be very interesting. We'll kick off in September with your first host. After September 28th, hosted by Tina Fey will be your first host, along with Arcade Fire as your first guest. Then on October 5th, 3 days before the release of Bangers, will be Miley Cyrus. And then she'll be hosting it as well. Then the next week will be Katy Perry. She'll be on October 12th on SNL. She'll be performing And she will be, I think she's going to do double duty like Miley is, performing and hosting. Actually, she won't be hosting. She'll be just a musical guest. She won't be hosting like Miley's going to do double. So, there you go. SNL announces their early performance for season number 39, kicking off on the 28th of September, with Arcade Fire being the guest, host Tina 3rd, Miley Cyrus October 5th, hosting and performing October 12th, Katy Perry. Now, on with some new album news that came out over the weekend, related to the month of November. Now, I think it was on Thursday, or late Friday, Avril Lavigne released details of a self-titled album. Her first album in 2 years following Goodbye Lullaby will be released on November 5th, a week before Lady Gaga's On Top. Now, the self-titled album will be preceded by the hit single Here's to Never Growing Up and a new single, Rock and Roll. Now, the track listing was also revealed for this new album, which will include an odd duet with Marilyn Manson. That's very weird to see Avril duet with him. But we're kind of weird. Weird and odd. Like, odd in a weird way. But let's see how it sounds when it comes out. It was produced by a lot of producers, including Avril's new husband, Jack Kroger, who will also be featured in a song. So there you go with Avril news. Well, Avril released album details. One Direction did too. I think the managers, they're smart. They know their fans are going to buy their album when it comes out, always, and they had a smart move, in my opinion. Of all the weeks they would pick to release their album, they picked the week of Thanksgiving. The new album, Midnight Memories, the third album in 2 years here in America, will be released on November 25th, Black Monday, the week of Thanksgiving. So that means all the parents are going to buy a Black Friday for their kids. Smart move, One Direction. Smart move. Of course, that album will be preceded by the aforementioned song, Best Song Ever. Of course, no word on the track listings yet. Of course, pre-orders are coming out. And 1D is laying low for the rest of the year besides releasing the album. Their movie came out a week ago. And now, the release of this new album, they're going on a big stadium tour next year. I don't know if they're touring stadiums here, but they're doing stadiums in South America and Europe. So, there you go. Speaking of tours, on Friday, 2 tours were announced by 2 men who last toured together, but now they're touring separately. Jay-Z and Kanye. Now, Jay-Z, who is about halfway done, or at least finished, with his co-headlining Legends of the Summer tour with Justin Timberlake, announced the U.S. dates of his Magna Carta Award tour, which will kick off in January. It'll land here in Detroit on January 14th of 2014. Of course, Jay will be touring all across America, especially New York. He'll probably have to play at his venue, the Barclays Center. It'll be Jay-Z's first solo tour in about 4 years. That'll be very interesting because Jay-Z's toured with the Eminem thing, the stadium tours with Eminem, the Throne tour with Kanye, and of course the JT tour. So now Jay-Z is going back on the road solo. It'll be kicking off in November in St. Paul, Minnesota, with zigzag across the country till, like I said, mid-February or so. And I also mentioned Kanye is going to be on tour as well on the Yeezus tour, his first solo tour in 5 years. He'll be here a lot sooner than Jay-Z, however. He'll be here in November something, in Detroit at the Palace, joining him as an opening act. Now, Jay-Z didn't announce any openers for his tour, but Kanye has announced that opening his shows, except 5, will be Kendrick Lamar. Big opening act, big gig for Mr. Lamar. Big tour for him. Big tour for Mr. Kendrick. And yes, Kim and Northwest will be joining Kanye on select dates of this tour. The tour kickoff later on this year, of course, like I said, we're going on tour. Like I said, we'll be here. So there you go. Jay-Z and Kanye both announced tours. Jay-Z on the Magna Carta Award Tour, zigzagging starting in November. And Kanye West's new tour will kick off in October in Seattle. It'll zigzag through the West Coast, of course, California, Vegas, Chicago, the Palace, here in Detroit, Toronto, Boston, the Barclays Center. I think, like I said, it'll be 5 shows that Kendrick Lamar won't do. He won't be at Madison Square Garden show, the Brooklyn show, the Philly show, or the Las Vegas show. About 4 or 5 he won't be at. He'll be here in Detroit, though, Kendrick will. Now, on with news on a lot of football news. So before we get to the Week 1 results, the NFL usually they don't announce the Super Bowl halftime show until late towards the year. It's the first week of the season, and they already announced the Super Bowl halftime show. Now, usually around October, the rumors start flying about who it's going to be. Then by November, December, it's official. Well, it's official yesterday. The performer for Super Bowl 48's halftime show on February 6th at the MetLife Stadium in New York, Bruno Mars. Odd choice, in my opinion. Now, I'm a disc junkie. I have nothing against Bruno Mars. He's a great entertainer, great performer, great singer-songwriter. He's a real artist, in my opinion. He's not fake. Although he got busted for drugs one time, but no one remembered it. He's had a lot of hit singles, but in my mind, he just isn't at that level. That's my only problem. He's not at the superstar level. You compare all the other Super Bowl halftime performers to Bruno, it's like no fucking contest. Compare Bruno to Rolling Stones, Madonna, Michael Jackson, U2, Janet Jackson, Emil Smith, The Who, Prince, Bruce Springsteen, Beyonce even's bigger. Beyonce's a lot bigger than Bruno. She's had more albums and more hits than Bruno, but she still sucked it this year. But I think Bruno will still deliver a good show. I'm not saying that. He'll probably have a lot of collaborators because he wrote for a lot of people and sung with people. But still, he just, in my opinion, he's not at the superstar status that requires of a Super Bowl halftime performer. But he appeals to a wide audience. You know what I mean? But it doesn't matter who the NFL gets. There's always going to be critics. Bitch about this, bitch about that. Because, men watch the game, but the young people watch the halftime show. They saw that Beyonce got some big ratings for the halftime show, but not as much as Madonna. But Bruno Mars, he won't be elaborate. He'll be more focused on the music side of things. He may add some performers and do some fireworks stuff, but it won't be staged eloquently like Madonna's show or Beyonce's show. It'll just be a straight up music show, but who knows? So I'm kind of puzzled by the decision. I like Bruno, but he's just not at that level for a Super Bowl show. But we'll see what happens in February. Now, segueing into the NFL Week 1 results, of course, the Broncos kicked off the season on Thursday, destroying the Ravens in a blowout, with Peyton Manning tying a lot of NFL records for throwing. And then it was on the first Sunday games yesterday. Now, a lot of people here in Michigan loving the fact the Lions won. Now, I was at Westview, so I missed most of the Sunday afternoon games. Missed the Lions game. But from what I've read, Reggie Bush had a great first day in the Lions camp. And I did get the second half of the Packers 49ers game. That was an epic game. Great, exciting game. Kind of a back and forth game. And very exciting action. Led up with the 49ers getting the victory 34-20 after an exciting second half. So there you go. I'm happy about a lot of things. One, at least the Lions won. Two, despite the fact I'm wearing a Lions shirt, I'm still supportive of my Bears. I live in Michigan, but I like to support the Bears. They're my second team if the Lions suck. Bears won their first game even without Brian Urlacher, so I applaud them for that. And the other thing I'm happy for, the Giants got their asses kicked again by the Cowboys. Awesome. How about them Cowboys, huh? As long as they win more games, but hey, I'm happy at least the Giants lost. But the Steelers lost, that sucks. Pats won, that's good. So there you go. That's my thoughts on the NFL first week from what I saw little of. So there you go. Now, on with my Raw preview for tonight. The last Raw before Night of Champions tonight in Toronto. So it should be very intriguing and intense Raw heading towards the pay-per-view in Detroit, here in Detroit at Joe Louis Arena in 6 days. Top 5 questions that must be answered for tonight's Raw. Question number 5. Will Edge have an effect? Now, Edge has been advertised to appear on Raw tonight. Now, Raw's in Toronto, so it makes sense for Edge to be on Raw because of 2 reasons. 1, it's in Toronto. 2, Edge is promoting his appearance on the hit sci-fi show Haven, which premieres its new season next week or so. So Edge wants to say hi, everybody. I'm back. I just want to say hi. I hope you don't forgotten about me. And I got a TV show on. So maybe Edge may be some backstage segments with people. Probably bumping the people backstage and tape those kind of segments. Will he still have the short hair again? Who knows? He probably has short hair still. I haven't seen any recent photo of Edge, so it'd be nice to see him on Raw tonight. Heading towards Night of Champions. Question number 4. Will Cody Rhodes get his job back as his brother, Goldust, will wrestle Randy Orton tonight? Now, we saw what happened last week with Cody Rhodes getting fired. I believe it's a storyline firing. Then it has this whole Triple H regime thing. So, Cody Rhodes dissed Triple H for treating the Rhodes bad. Rhodes feeling bad, but treating Dusty like crap. And, of course, Dustin Rhodes like shit. And making him be Goldust. Well, indeed, he will make his return as Goldust. And he got fired a few years ago. But now Dustin Rhodes is back as Goldust. Because if he beats Randy Orton tonight, non-title, of course, that means Cody Rhodes will get a second chance at his job. But I think some screw is going to happen. Shield's going to get involved. Interfere in the match. Or some, cheating ways. Maybe Cody may come out and distract Orton. Some screwing will happen. Whether it's A, Shield helping Orton, or B, Cody Rhodes distracting Randy. Some screwing will happen in that match. Guaranteed, my opinion. Question number 3. How will Punk send a message to Heyman tonight? Now, Punk is ready for his handicap match against Paul Heyman and Curtis Axel this Sunday, which will be an elimination handicap match. No wonder if the Intercontinental Championship is on the line. It's not a champions at the wall. Every title should be on the line. Intercontinental title's not on the line yet. So, we'll see what kind of message Punk sends tonight. He talked last week with a candlestick. Hopefully, he'll fight tonight instead of talk. Let his hands do the talking instead of his mouth, like usual. Question number 2. Will any new matches be made for Night of Champions, especially the pregame? Now, Mark Henry's still unsure about whether or not he's going to be at Night of Champions or not. So we are unsure about whether or not the Shield's going to defend the tag team titles against them or the possible replacements, primetime players. We still don't know who's going to take on AJ for the Divas title, whether it's going to be one of the Total Divas chicks. So we'll probably find that out soon enough. And also, who's going to be on the pregame. I think Divas should be pregame, in my opinion. We'll also find out who's going to probably face Ambrose tonight for the U.S. title. And who's going to face... I think that's about it, because we know who's facing Bruno, which is, of course, Rob Van Dam in his home state of Michigan. And question number 1, of course, Daniel Bryan takes on Cody Rhodes, former member, leader of Legacy, the one that got him fired last week, Randy Orton. Of course, that match will be for the WWE Championship, which leads to question number 1. We'll go down between Daniel Bryan, Randy Orton, and, of course, Triple H's regime tonight. And will anybody finally retaliate? And we all saw what happened last week with the Big Show breaking down. That's another question about, how will Big Show react to his embarrassing week last week with the whole crying thing on Raw, being embarrassed by Stephanie, being forced to wrestle Daniel Bryan, and being forced to knock him out in a post-match attack. Since he wasn't, because Big Show tried to wrestle Daniel Bryan, he tried his best to try to avoid him, but he did punch him and headbutt him. That was the last straw. Then the Shield came out to distract, and then, led to the Big Show knockout. He was forced to, breach of contract, blah, 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 blah. So we'll see how Big Show and anybody else retaliates as we head towards Night of Champions tonight on Raw at 8/7 Central, 5 Pacific, in other time zones, check on that on USA Network. That is it for the Atakline for today. I'll see you all later for my Raw review. And with that in mind, you've all been attacked by the news from Zach. Thank you all very much for watching. Enjoy the rest of your Monday. Yeah.